Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. In this video, I thought I would talk about casual music listening because in my prior video, I mostly, I covered an old boombox. At least in my prior music video that I was talking about music, I covered an old boombox, and that device epitomized casual listening. Prior to the modern internet age, and it got me thinking just about casual listening in general. Now, you're asking yourself, what do you mean by casual listening? What I mean by casual listening is basically having the music on in the background while you're doing something else, and you're not paying an extreme amount of attention to the music. Now, or someone who's not, a huge music fanatic. I would say either one of those things qualifies as casual listening. Even myself being a huge music nerd, I'd say 95 to 96% of my music listening is casual, aka I'm doing something else while listening to music. And I suspect the same thing is true for most people. I'd say people do generally a lot more casual listening than, they're sitting down and focusing all their attention on the music. But anyway, it's enough about that. Now, before the internet, casual listening was most commonly done by listening to the radio. And back in the 80s and early 90s, it was actually a lot better of an experience than what it is today to listen to the radio. This was back before all the stations were owned by like 3 companies now. So back then, there was a lot more variety, and it was just a much more interesting medium back then. Now, of course, a lot of people still listen to the radio today, especially in their cars. But for me, the vast majority of the time I turn on the radio now is to hear traffic or weather reports, and extremely rarely for music. Because it will probably either be a commercial or one of like 15 songs that all the stations like to play. Now, as far as I'm concerned, radio is an absolutely dead medium for music and largely dying for other purposes as well. The only people I know who actually listen to the radio for like hours a day are people who are over 50. That doesn't bode well for the long-term viability of the medium. If your people who use it are over 50, yeah, not a good sign. But of course, back before the internet, we also had mixtapes and then later mixed CDs, which I still listen to in the car, even now when I'm not listening to my smartphone. Now, casual listening nowadays, of course, is most commonly done on a smartphone, but it's also commonly done on a PC while you're performing other tasks such as, working or playing a game. What's amazing about casual listening nowadays is how good the sound quality is compared to the low-end casual listening of the pre-internet era, which was typically done on low-quality sound sources such as cassette Walkmans and the like, and over the radio. And now you have infinite choice when it comes to music, even when casually listening. Now, I also believe casual listening and casual listeners now having the option to not buy music in the modern age is also what's mainly responsible for the huge drop in music sales in the modern era. Not piracy so much as just infinite choice for free. Now, common casual listening nowadays, I'm going to talk about the sound quality, is mostly 128K MP3, although some streams now are coming in at 320 kps. But 128K is perfect for casual listening. And now why do I say it's perfect for casual listening? Because the sound is good enough. On modern MP3 encoders, 128K is pretty good. It's good enough to not offend while casually listening, which is interesting because if you heard 128K MP3 encoded, say, back in the early 2000s, it was fairly offensive to listen to. The symbols were all screwed up and it sounded kind of really crappy. Whereas nowadays, music encoded at that rate sounds a lot better. And also, modern low-end gear, for the most part, is fairly competent. The only time it sounds really bad is either when you're listening on the crap free earbuds that come with smartphones and MP3 players, or you're listening on a $10 to $20 Bluetooth speaker. Now, anything that costs more than that will be good enough for basic casual listening. Or heaven forbid, you're listening through the speakers built into your smartphone or laptop. If you're listening that way, stop right now, because I guarantee you this is the worst possible way to listen to music. It sounds as shitty as a portable transistor radio from the 50s or the average low-end clock radio. In all of my years, I've never heard any of that stuff sound good, ever. Do yourself a huge favor. If you're a casual listener and you don't want to spend a lot, buy yourself a pair of these. These are the Monoprice 8323 headphones. They're about 25 bucks. The sound quality you're going to get out of those compared to those other methods, including the shit-ass ones that the devices come with, it's going to be a million times better. It's a huge upgrade for $25. Do your ears a favor and just buy these if you don't want to spend a lot of money. These are really nice headphones for that price. And I will be doing a full review on them later. Or get yourself a decent Bluetooth speaker, spend, $30, $40, and it'll sound, good enough. It's going to be, if you do that, it will be the single biggest audio upgrade you will ever do. Now, is this kind of setup good enough for more serious listening? Not even close. Which I'm going to be getting to in my next video when I talk about, more serious listening. But I'm going to finish off this video by asking you, what kind of music listener are you? Are you just a casual listener? You're not, you don't obsessively listen to music. It's just background and you like to listen to it while you're doing other stuff. Are you a music fanatic where you will sit and do nothing but listen to the music and just take it in and experience it and try to soak it in as much as possible? Or are you, as most commonly, like most people are, a little bit of both? You do a fair amount of casual listening, but you also do, the real serious music listening. That's really, the question. So, anyway, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did like what you if you did like what you see, please, thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick addendum to this video. When I was talking about radio, obviously I was talking, about radio dying. Needless to say, I was talking about, AM, FM radio. Of course, largely FM radio, because AM radio had shifted back to news and talk, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So, yeah, obviously I was talking about FM radio dying, and yes, I'm well aware of internet radio and the rise of it. And internet radio compared to traditional over-the-air radio is like... internet radio is a billion times better because, you've got, it's a ton of variety, pretty much whatever you want, yada, yada, yada. Internet radio is great. Traditional radio... And, of course, I didn't mention satellite radio at all when I was talking about casual listening, because satellite radio has been, honestly, a tiny impact on the overall market. Yeah, I know it has its adherents out there, but, it kind of was just doomed from the start because of, now, obviously, when satellite radio was introduced, they couldn't have predicted smartphones and the mobile internet, but when that came along, it totally just, nobody's going to pay for an extra subscription for satellite. Yeah, I know some people will, but most people aren't willing to pay for another subscription for satellite radio, so that's just kind of a, that industry never really had a chance to get off the ground due to, other technologies just coming in and eating its lunch. So anyway, that's it. I'll catch you guys next time.